the success of other market reforms formidably determined, we'll give you an overview of finance and fiscal policy for development.
More often than not, both economists and politicians are constantly worried about high unemployment and high inflation. Whenever a government tries to prevent this, it has two ways of doing so: the fiscal and monetary policy. These are tools used to expand or slow economic growth. It can be a little bit confusing because the words monetary and fiscal sound familiar. With this, let's start by exploring the differences between the two. The type of government involvement you're likely more familiar with is the fiscal policy.
Today, we peer into a world where shadowy government stooges manipulate the levers of fiscal policy from deep in their evil lairs. They pick economic winners and losers and control the business cycle, creating recessions and controlling inflation to serve their nefarious purposes.
Yeah. Fiscal policy is a completely legitimate tool used by non-shadowy government officials to correct fluctuations in the economy.
Put simply, fiscal policy is the use of government spending and taxation to influence the economy. Just like any business or household, each year the government has a budget. It has bills to pay and has to figure out how to get the money to pay them. Politicians around the world routinely debate not only how they will pay the government bills, but also how they should spend the money for its citizens. They debate how much should be spent on specific programs such as defense or education. They also consider how much should be spent in total. Naturally, increases and decreases in government spending can have a big effect on the country's total economic outlook. In other words, fiscal policy is a powerful tool. The key to its power is the multiplier effect. The multiplier effect in fiscal policy is the idea that each dollar spent or not taxed by the government creates a change that is much greater than $1 in the national income. Words, fiscal policy is a powerful tool. Essentially, any effect of a change in fiscal policy is multiplied. Anytime the government tries to increase output in an economy or speed up economic growth, that is known as expansionary policy. The main reason why a government would want to increase output is to keep unemployment low. While on the other hand, anytime it tries to decrease output, it's called contractionary policy. The reason why a government would want to decrease output or slow down the economy is to fight inflation. Again, the basic tools of fiscal policy are either to raise taxes, lower taxes, raise spending and lower spending, while both raising taxes and lowering spending are contractionary fiscal policy, while lowering taxes and raising spending are expansionary fiscal policy. In addition to fiscal policy, governments can guide economies through monetary policy. Monetary policy is the way central banks influence the economy through the management of the money supply and interest rates. First of all, governments can influence how money is created. It's important to understand that money creation does not mean the government prints new coins and paper bills. Banks also do not do this by printing or minting money, but by simply going about their business. Banks can also influence how much money is in circulation by controlling how high or low interest rates are. In general, the higher interest rates are, the less people are borrowing money, since that means they'd have to pay back more interest down the road. However, if interest rates are low, more people would be willing to take out loans and therefore, more money would be in the circulation. So how can the government influence how much money banks are loaning out? Well, they can establish and regulate a central bank that helps get money into circulation. Let's look at the United States as an example. The Department of the Treasury is responsible for creating money in the form of currency. The Federal Reserve System or central bank system of the United States is in charge of putting that money into circulation. The Federal Reserve System or Fed can influence all banks in the country by establishing a nationwide required reserve ratio and raising or lowering the interest rates on loans to banks. In short, monetary policy includes money creation, managing the discount rate for the loaning out of money to banks, and open market operations. All three monetary policy tools are also meant to be either contractionary or expansionary. In general, whenever less money is in the circulation, that is contractionary monetary policy, and whenever more money is in the circulation, that is expansionary monetary policy. In conclusion, the two main goals for both fiscal policy and monetary policy are to keep unemployment low and to curb inflation. Economists have discovered that achieving both usually leads to steady economic growth and can help consumers and producers survive the bust of business cycles.